spending plan to fund the government into January. For more on the current state of play, let's bring in Oklahoma Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin. Senator, thank you very much for coming in on a weekend. You could actually have something to be excited about now. There's potential, rumored potential at least, that this deal might go somewhere. How is this different from the 15 other votes that have been taken?
Well, the 15 other votes have been just a clean CR, a 24-hour or 24-page bill that was basically written by Chuck Schumer and the Democrats back when he was leader of the Senate back last September and Joe Biden was in office. This new bill has 3 appropriation bills. One, it funds LEDGE, which would fund all the federal employees here, fund the Capitol Police, those providing security. 2, it's ag. The ag bill hasn't been updated since 2018. A lot of things have changed in our economy since 2018. And then the most important thing is MilCon. So the President Trump and Pete Hegseth has been operating underneath Joe Biden and the Democrats' really budget for the military, which we know they're not exactly friendly to the military. What this does is now it puts President Trump and Pete Hegseth's priorities in place for our military. So that's the biggest changes. So we have 12 appropriation bills. We're going to have a clean CR on 9 of them. And then you're going to have 3 that have their appropriation bills. And there's a couple things that we did negotiate with to get the Democrats' votes. I think we will have the votes. Of course, you never know. Chuck Schumer's got handcuffs on him, so he's got to take the key and unlock the handcuffs for the Democrats to vote, and they'll quit using the American people as leverage points. But I believe we'll get there because keep in mind, Ag Bill also has a SNAP program. And it's going to be very, very difficult for them to vote against that.
Yeah, that's a very contentious issue. What's going on with the ACA subsidies, though? Because the president said this morning, I'm recommending to Senate Republicans that the hundreds of billions of dollars currently being sent to money-sucking insurance companies in order to save the bad health care provided by Obamacare be sent directly to the people so they can purchase their own much better health care and have money left over.
Absolutely brilliant move by the president, and I agree with him 100%. These insurance companies, we're subsidizing them to have high health premiums anyways. Keep in mind, ACA, affordable health care, has not been affordable. President Obama said it was going to drop premiums by 25%. As we sit here right now, without the premium increase that the health care industry is putting on the American people, it's up 221%. And why are we subsidizing them an additional 4% when they're making record profits? Which I'm a capitalist. I'm okay with insurance companies making money, but taxpayers shouldn't pad their pockets even more on top of that. What President Trump is saying is, hey, let's give the money to the individual and let them choose their own health care and use the money for actual health care rather making insurance companies even more profitable. I think it's brilliant. Now, what's happened with ACA, or I would like to say the unaffordable health care, is we're going to guarantee them a vote, not the outcome. We've always said that we'll negotiate with you once you reopen the government. President Trump, let's put him in the game, let him negotiate health care rather than having a community organizer who's had health care disaster ever since they invoked his plan.
Do you think, though, that post from the president could prevent Democrats from signing on to this proposal? Because it looks like, you know, the very thing that they want an agreement on, the president's saying no agreement, get rid of the thing, and do something totally different.
Well, what we have always said is we can't guarantee an outcome. We'll let you have a vote, but we can't guarantee the outcome. I think this is a hard position President Trump has put them in. This is brilliant. I mean, really, it's brilliant what he did here.
SNAP, that could maybe generate some traction here. I want to move on to something else. The president said that Republicans in these off-year elections lost this week because he wasn't on the ballot and the shutdown is harming Republicans. He has said that he doesn't want to talk about affordability because things are, in fact, better than they feel. But some in your party are bucking that narrative. Here's what Marjorie Taylor Greene said.
I go to the grocery store myself. Grocery prices remain high. Energy prices are high. My electricity bills are higher here in Washington, D.C. at my apartment, and they're also higher at my house in Rome, Georgia, higher than they were a year ago. So affordability is a problem.
The New York Post editorial board is also pointing to another cause of these stickier prices. We know inflation's coming down, but prices haven't all followed, at least not as fast as people would like to see. They write, what Trump shouldn't do is double down on his obsession with tariffs by introducing across-the-board tariffs. Trump has increased the cost of almost everything. He knows this. That's why when Walmart said it was going to raise prices in the spring, Trump insisted they should eat the tariffs. What do Republicans do with this? Because we've seen how Democrats in the last election insisted that things were better than they felt like they were. That didn't work out so well. And the president has said he needs his tariff authority, but you're not seeing the prices in stores respond well. So what is the solution?
Well, I don't know if I agree with that. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think she's great, but I don't know what she's talking about. Walmart just came out and said that grocery prices are down over 20% this time last year. They said Thanksgiving, and that was the CEO of Walmart. Amazon said that the trinkets, the things you were buying last year for Christmas, are down. We have inflation that was at a high of 9.1%, average of 5% underneath Biden. Today it's hovering around 2.5%. Energy prices are down, the lowest they've been since President Trump was last in office. And we know energy is the backbone of inflation. You can't make a product, you can't deliver a product without factoring the energy costs into it. So prices are down. What is up is protein, which is a lot of people, protein meaning pork, chicken, and beef. The president made a huge step at that the other day. If you saw a Truth Social post, he said he's going to look at the meat packers because the meat packing industry is consolidated, and 3 of the top 4 meat packers are foreign owned. 2 of them out of Brazil, 1 of them in China. That's a national security issue, plus the difference between what we sell, I'm a rancher myself, what we sell cattle for, what we call in the hoof or feed cattle, and what the retail is. There's such a huge gap. It's the biggest gap we see in any industry from a product being made to the product of retail. That's where the president's focus is. But if you look at milk, you look at bread, you look at eggs, which a lot of people use as kind of a measuring point, all those prices are down. And energy costs, like I said, I'll repeat myself, it's down too. We can tell it at the pump.
Well, his example with Walmart generated some discussion because there was a community note on X that pointed to, yes, the price is lower this year than last year, but there were different items in that basket, fewer items in that basket, more, the store brand products rather than the name brand products. Well, but I hear your point on the meat packers because I believe that there was just a settlement for class action, very recently about the price gouging. That's a real thing
for about $56 billion. Right. It was huge. But I'm talking. The president of Walmart told me, or not the president, the CEO of Walmart told me personally that the prices across the board are down. He was actually interviewed, I believe, on MSNBC and said the exact same thing. So. We are moving. President Trump's economy is working. He had a lot to clean up when he came into office. It's remarkable to see what President Trump and those that he's surrounded himself with has been able to do with this economy in a very short period of time. I mean, he hasn't even been in office a full 12 months, and the economy and the market is responding to his leadership.
Right. Okay. And inflation certainly is down. We can say that and point to numbers, and we will continue to watch this and discuss it. And I hope that when you head back over across the street to the Hill, we're talking about something different tomorrow.
Me too. I'm ready to go home.
Thank you very much.
So much.
Appreciate it, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.